Welcome back. This is my continuation of my reel. I said I was going to do a video about why some of us, not all of us, but why some black women have decided not to build with their men. And here goes. Here's the actual video. First of all, I get it. I get the black man's plight. I understand it all too well. I have 3 brothers myself. I also understand that black men and women, we share a trauma that no other race of people has shared, and that's slavery. I get how we were treated and mistreated. I get how the black man was taken and stricken out of his home, implanted into different plantations so that we could breed, that they could breed healthier workers so that they could have more, production. So the black man's been pulled out of the home more than once during slavery. And then again, after women needed help from the government, they said, well, we'll help you, but we can't help a man staying with you. So then they were pulled out of the home then. I get the black man's plight. I get that there is not very much opportunity for the black man. So I wanted to state that first. And this is not, the reel that I put out earlier was not to separate any of us. In fact, I wanted to try to streak some type of thought change process, but the reel was too short. So here goes. I'm going to try. If you haven't done so already, please click and subscribe on my YouTube channel for more real talk videos, and I'll jump right into it. So that you know, I love the black man. I have no hate whatsoever towards our men. Our men, you guys are strong. You're beautiful inside and out. You have gifts and abilities that no other race of man has. So this is not me saying I don't believe in the black man. I do believe in the black man, and I love the black man. Let's get that clear. I have 2 sons. I have 3 brothers, and I have nothing against the black man other than the fact that we won't be honest with ourselves. That's the only issue I have. So that reel was like, I wanted to be a shocker reel to kind of shock us back into what's really going on in our communities. So the reason why I took that title and I said some black women, because not the whole collective, but some black women have decided that we're not going to help our men build any longer. And first of all, it's about self-preservation for the black woman. And secondly, it's because you guys have to do your own work. So we can come alongside and help you if it's a loving, caring relationship and you really want something with that woman. But many of the times that's not what's happening. So if that's not you, this video is not for you. You know, if you're authentic about the woman that you're with, and if she's helping you build, but you can't let that be one-sided. If there's something she's bringing to the table that helps you, you need to bring something too. I use this analogy such as we have a basket. We should have a basket of gifts that we bring to our mates so that no one feels like they're overdoing or they're overcompensating, and with both parties adding something of value to the table, then we're both going to win. But it starts off with being honest and being real. And with everything that I mentioned about understanding the black man's plight, I believe, and I always tell my sons this, I don't care how hard it get for you, always choose the high road. Because sometimes it's a test. God wants to see what you're going to do with the little that you have before he grants you the better. Because he knows that if you're not in the right mind space, what are you going to do when you get that job that pays you 6 figures or more? What are you going to do? It don't have to be a job. When you come up with an idea that's going to pay you 6 figures or more, what are you going to do if you're not in the right headspace? You're going to ruin that gift. So he knows what you can handle when. So when we can elevate our thinking to, I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to make it and to accomplish my goals, and we do that and we don't hurt other people in the process, that's when I believe elevation starts to happen. The more we mature within ourselves and understand that it's not just about us, it's about the people around us as well. So therefore, in the Bible, for people that believe and even the people that don't believe, the Bible is instructions. It just gives you the instructions on how to live your life. Well, it's for some people. It's more than that for me. But in the Bible, we're supposed to love each other. Where is the love when you have a man befriending a woman that he doesn't even like so that he can accomplish his goals? Mind you, I'm not talking about men that wants to build with women that already have done their work. They have a plan. They have a blueprint. They've already started in their work. And perhaps he does need a woman to spiritually pray for him, to be able to see things more on a spiritual level that can give him advice so that he can advance his thinking or his business concept or whatever. Yes, we're there for that. But we're not going to be here any longer for the man that wants to take advantage of the black woman. Because remember, we both have the same plights in life. We have similar plights in life. We've both been through all that. But even irregardless of what we've been through, women are able to take that as fuel, and we're able to turn that into something positive, to pour back into our men, into our children, and our communities. And we need our men to do the same thing. But you're not pouring back if you're taking away and you know you're doing it maliciously. That's what that reel was about. It's about stop using your own women. Start thinking in your mind and pull out the power that God has invested in you. God has given every person on this planet gifts and abilities. And if you ask him to bless your gifts and abilities to grow, they will. But you can't do wrong by people and think you're actually going to prosper. I tell people all the time, what's the point in putting bad in the world? Even if you don't believe in God, that karma is going to come back to you. Whatever energy you put back is going to come. You put out is going to come back to you. So no, why not put a little positive? And it's not positive when you know good and well you're in a relationship with this woman that you don't like. And that's why I'm speaking to my sisters. It's like a job. And I'll give you the analogy again. The job to where you know you really don't fit that job, but you need income at the moment because it's all about self-preservation. You take that job, you know it don't fit you, but you know as soon as you get a better one or as soon as something takes off, you're going to be gone. Those are the relationships I say some of us women are not going to do anymore. We're not a job. We're human beings. We deserve love. We deserve appreciation, and we deserve honesty. We don't deserve to be used, and neither do you. Men do the same thing. And what I want to say to the men, for the men that don't have this issue, and I'm thankful if you don't, but the majority of men that have, and the majority of the men that are very, I'm not going to say successful, but the majority of men that make over 6 figures is not the majority of what we have as a community, as a whole, as a collective. So I'm speaking to our collective, not necessarily for the few that don't have a clue about what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the collective of men that are trying to build something and trying to have an easier life here while they're still on the planet Earth. These are the men that I'm talking to. And I'm telling you now, sometimes God wants to see what you do with that little job. You know, you take that job, but I'm going back to say, you're looking at some relationships like that. And that's why I said many black women choose not to even involve ourselves in that. We're tired of being considered as a means to an end. You can't be good to a woman. Like, say for instance, you get up and you go to this job you absolutely hate. You're miserable, but you're going to this job. You can't even be your best self because you're going somewhere you don't want to be. It's horrible if you're treating another human being like that, but that's where it goes, because you're with this woman, you don't fit, she don't fit you, you're trying to make it work because you using her like a job, like the job you don't want. That's what I was talking about. I'm not talking about two people building together that genuinely love and desire each other, and they both have baskets full of gifts. She has love, she has strength, she has spirituality, she has compassion, she has good work ethic, she's good with money so she can budget well. She's bringing all these gifts to you. You have a strong personality, you're confident, you think of different ideas by like a drop of the dime, and you're creative, and your character is good and strong. You bring all these gifts. You're protecting her. You pray over her spiritually. You're providing for her. We're providing for the total relationship. That's what I mean. Those gifts and abilities. That reel had nothing to do with 6-figure earners. Not once in that reel did I say, we need a man that makes 6 figures. We need him to have a 6-pack. We need him to be driving a nice car. I have never been that woman. That's not what that was about. This is about hardworking women that has put in the effort and the work, despite of how we're treated on the job, despite of how our men won't help us. We put in the work. We put some stuff aside. We're doing well for ourselves, many of us. Not that I've yet arrived, because I'm still pressing forward towards the mark that Jesus Christ has called me. And we all should be steadily trying to be better than we've ever been before. But I'm talking about that woman that does that. And she's off in her little corner doing her thing. She's happy. She's content. She's working in her purpose. She loves God. She loves other people. She helps people. And then here comes some Negro that comes along, knowing that's not his type of woman, knowing that he really doesn't want her. And he come into her life just to use her to build. And ladies, how you can tell these men is that that's the first type of conversation. They'll ask you, what do you bring to the table? And then you know what you do? You politely get up and you walk away from it. Because then you know what their relationship is going to be all about. That's what this reel was about. A lot of you men got mad and upset and start to say things erroneous because it licked you. It hit you. A hit dog hollers. So that's something within you. You got to check if that reel made you mad, because this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about men that come with genuine feelings of admiration. You want to bring something to her life. You want to love her. You want to protect her. And one day when you get the resources, you want to provide for her. That's not what that reel was about. That's not what this video is about. It's about us being honest and having these honest conversations. If you do need a helping hand, be honest about it. And then you give her an opportunity to say, well, I'm not really looking for nothing serious, so that maybe that could work. You never know. But I'm talking for the man that goes out and seek a woman. This woman is waiting on her person. She says it clearly. Many women that don't want to play that game, they will be straight up with you. So you know this already. That's what I'm saying is wrong. There's too many men breaking women that have done their work, that have worked hard, sacrificed, put some money aside, taking care of their kids along half of the time. And then you go injure her because you're making her think you really want something valuable with her, but she was just a means to an end. You worked her like you worked that job you actually hate. So then she can feel that, we can feel when people are being honest with us. We can feel when they're what we should be if we're in tune with ourselves. We can feel the emotions that change and they fluctuate. And 1 minute it's good, 1 minute it's not. It's cold and it's hot. That's because that person does not want to be with you. That person is there for a whole nother reason. And I will say this, ladies, I can't totally blame the men, because many of us are too loud. We're too boisterous. We say too much. Don't leave. We say too much. We're too boisterous. We just got to tell everybody, we have a master's degree or a doctor's degree. We make how much money we make, how many cars we have, what home we own, where what country club we belong to, or whatever. We're too loud, and we do it on social media. So then you're wondering why your inbox is full. It's not that you're just this fabulous person. It's just that they already know your business before they even get a chance to take you out on a date. So we need to be more cautious about that. I know we're proud of ourselves, but it's okay to let people assume. Whatever they assume, that's on them. But it should not be you bringing this demise into your life. You want to make sure people are coming around you for the right reasons. I don't believe no person, not even men, should disclose how much money they make on the first date or getting to know somebody. That shouldn't even be a matter of conversation, because why is it, if you're over in your corner doing what you need to do, taking care of your business, and he's over there doing that, then you guys come together, it's going to be an addition to, it's going to add to what both of you guys have. So that you should never lead with your money. And gentlemen, you shouldn't lead with your money either. Most men are leading with their money, then they wonder why they getting all these gold diggers, or they wonder why they getting women that are not developed internally on the inside versus the BBLs and the BBL aesthetic and everything. They're not developed internally. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to support. They don't know how to pray. They don't know how to cover. They don't know how to do all the extra cook. Even cook, they don't know how to cook, because you're leading with your money. But if you lead with your mind, your gifts and your abilities, and you show them what you really have intrinsically, then if a woman that's all about money, she's not going to even really be attracted to you. She's not going to he's a lame or whatever. But that's what you want. And I'm saying that to ladies, like, we do that too much. Let people assume about you. Show them all the inner qualities that you have, and then let everybody else fall off. Because that's what happens a lot with some women that lead with their qualities. The men that don't want those qualities, or they don't value them, they walk away. And it should be the same on the other side. So I just said that because my phone is getting hot in this car. I'm sitting here waiting with my son. I had somewhere to bring him. But I wanted to get this video finished, and I hope that I made it clear and concise that my reel initially was not to separate our genders or create a gender war. We actually need each other. I love our black man. God knows I love our black man, and it's nothing I wouldn't do for you. But some of us have gotten to a point to where we've been hurt too much, and so now we have to worry about ourselves as in self-preservation, because we have a purpose, and we can't realize our purpose if we're taking chances on people that just came to take. So now many of us are standing up and saying no. You have to have a plan in place. You have to be working in your work. You have to have purpose. You have to know your identity and not following the crowd. You have to be a leader. The men were created to be providers, protectors, and priests. And I guarantee you, if you're not doing that, you don't feel your best self. And you go into relationships like that, when you don't feel your best self, you can't be your best to that woman. You can't even see her as someone that you could be in love with. So that's what the reel was about. It's about us working on ourselves first before we try to connect to someone else. And it definitely isn't right if you do that without the conversation that needs to be had prior to you getting with someone. So I'm done, you guys. Remember to love yourself. Love God, love yourself, and love others. And if you don't wish to love others, at least don't hurt them. Bye. I love you. Mwah.